The owner of China's most popular messaging app, WeChat, has had its stock near an all-time high for the last few weeks. But on Friday, its stock fell nearly 10% and finished the day down 5%.
That came right after the White House signed executive orders to restrict transactions with WeChat, as well as the popular video sharing app TikTok.
In the past few weeks, we've seen the White House raise lots of concerns around TikTok. But why now is WeChat also in the crosshairs? The two executive orders issued by the White House on Thursday evening cover U.S. entities, both companies and individuals, conducting transactions with TikTok and with WeChat and its subsidiaries. But it also says that the Secretary for Commerce is going to lay out what sort of specifics that entails in the coming days. TikTok's notoriously addictive short videos have helped it win 100 million users in the US. But in recent weeks, the White House has grown concerned because TikTok's owner, a Chinese company, is ultimately answerable to the Chinese Communist Party. In recent days, the White House has asked TikTok to sell its operations in the US. And it says it's found a buyer, Microsoft. Microsoft haven't responded to the new executive order. TikTok has said that it hasn't received any requests from the Beijing government for information and data on its users, and it says that even if it were asked, it wouldn't turn it over. Unlike TikTok, which is ultimately a fun but frivolous way to pass your time, targeting WeChat hits a lot closer to home for the Beijing government and for many Chinese people because it's so closely integrated into everybody's life.
WeChat is this super app developed by Chinese tech company Tencent Holdings, and it's now become virtually indispensable in the lives of Chinese citizens. According to Tencent, WeChat has as many as 1.2 billion monthly active users who use the app for everything from buying coffee in a store to sending text messages and pictures to their social network.
So the U.S. government has expressed concerns both about TikTok and WeChat. These are two of the most successful Chinese tech companies. As these Chinese companies gain market share globally, that all of this data that is being sucked up, just in terms of users turning over personal information, personal conversations, that all of it can be accessed if the Chinese government turns to these companies and asks them for the data. This executive order is taking place against the backdrop of rising U.S.-China geopolitical competition. And what that really means is you have the world's #1 and #2 economy at loggerheads with one another. So for many of these Chinese companies, they've long wanted to grow globally. China, of course, is a very big market, but the U.S. is the ultimate prize for many of these companies because it's a wealthy country and because so many of the big tech giants are there. But now that you have the Trump administration turning against TikTok, against WeChat, it's sending the signal to many Chinese companies that they aren't welcome in the U.S.
What we saw Thursday as well was that the Trump administration announced a plan that could force U.S.-listed Chinese companies to decamp from American stock exchanges.
So this sort of incident really highlights the tensions between the U.S. and China. It's a really tough thing for a global business environment that was used to things moving easily across borders now becoming more difficult to cross borders simply because political differences are becoming a big obstacle.